It doesn't matter if you drive a jalopy. You can still make any car a hotspot by engaging in some hot hoopty action. Follow our lucky wooden friends, Jack and Jane, as they guide us to vehicular nirvana. Scenario number 10, the missionary driver. Jane sits in the driver's seat. The couple proceeds in a missionary fashion. Scenario number 9, the dashboard straddle. Jack sits in the front passenger seat. Jane sits in Jack's lap facing out. This scenario is especially good for looking out for cops and such. Turn Jane around facing Jack and you've got another bonus scenario. These same stances can also be taken to the back seat. Scenario number 8, the reverse squat. Jane is on her back with her bottom underneath him and her feet on the ceiling. Facing away from Jane, Jack is on all fours across the back seat. Scenario number 7, the transmission bump. Jane sits in the middle of the back seat and then props the back of ankles on the top of the headrests. Jack rests on his knees facing Jane. Scenario number 6, the hidden one. Jack sits up with legs across back seat. Jane sits on top facing away but then bends all the way forward so her chest is laying on Jack's thighs. Scenario number 5, the lean over. Jane lays over a reclined passenger seat with her hips on top of the headrest, her face resting comfortably in the back seat. Jack lays on top. Scenario number 4, the alley-oop. Jane lays across the back seat with her feet propped up on the ceiling. Jack rests on his knees and Jane's legs rest on Jack's shoulders. Scenario number 3, the mechanical bull. Jack sits across the back seat. Jill straddles Jack like a cowboy on a horse. Jane can be faced towards Jack or turned out. Either way, it's a good scenario for looking out for creeps and cops. Scenario number 2, the downward dog. Jane leans over so her stomach rests on the console. Jack is in on his knees. Scenario number 1, the spotter. Jane is on all fours in the back seat looking out the side window. Jack is on his knees behind her, which will allow him to spot any unwelcome observers in front and in back of the car. So, Randy sports fans, gas up the guzzler and get ready for a romantic evening in the car.